Welcome to Tutorial Tuesday, my friends. We are continuing our back bending today with Ustrasana or camel pose. I am here with Otis. No, don't mess the camera up. Hi, buddy, come here. He is our special friend. Come here, buddy. Yeah, hi, honey. Yeah, he's a good boy. And it occurred to me while I was looking back on what we've done so far over the past 4 to 6 weeks on these back bends that we are deep into Cancer season, and I don't think it's coincidental how that lined up, because Cancer season can be a very emotional time. It's watery, it's releasing emotions, it's about feeling and nurturing and all of that, all of those qualities of leaning into how we feel to direct our lives. And so maybe you've been crying a little bit more than normal, but these are wonderful poses to stay open to the process of processing our emotions. So we're going to need 2 blocks. If you have a third block, that would be amazing. I actually don't have one, but the third one would just be to squeeze in between the thighs. You can maybe use a rolled up towel or something else, even like a courageous ball or Pilates ball to squeeze in between the thighs, because that can be really helpful for drawing into the midline, which we really want. Camel pose can be one of those back bends that creates lower back tension. In my body, if I'm gonna get any pain in my lower back, it's in this pose over any of the other ones. So that's why we're gonna use 2 blocks. So come kneel with me on the floor. And we're using the blocks instead of tucking the toes under. This doesn't feel very grounded to me, and my toes don't love it. But that could be a benefit to you. If you have plantar fasciitis, maybe it's really good for you to tuck the toes under and stretch that. I'm going to keep my feet flat, all 10 toes facing back, and help me ground through the entire shin and ankle. I also have that mobility in my ankle. If your ankles look like this and your toes are going flat, it might be more beneficial for you to tuck them under altogether. So play with what works for you. I'm just giving you what I like and my preference. These are going to be shoulder width apart. And if you're squeezing on something, or just the general feeling of pulling into the midline, feel like there's a little inward spiral. So we're pulling into through the thighs and a little bit back. Some people call that like a little Pez dispenser. To me, that I can't really see it, but whatever helps you feel like that inward spiral, that's going to maintain our lumbar curve. And that is essential. If you've been following me so far, we've been talking about this for a while now. To maintain your lower back's lordotic curve, the rest of the spine can move more freely, whether it's a twist or a back bend or a forward fold. So we want to maintain that neutral lordotic curve. So no scooping under here, okay? Feel like that anterior tilt gives a little space here in the front of the thighs, frees up the lower back, and then the rest of the spine is happy to move more freely. So set the shins, point the toes back. I'm going to bring my blocks a little bit outside of my ankles. So that's where I'm reaching, not my heels. And we're going to do something without the blocks first. So let's rewind a bit, getting ahead of myself, and come back to the foundation. Planted, firm, pushing down, pulling in, inward spiral. Let's just take the hands to prayer at the heart. So feel the shoulders lift and get the waistline nice and long. Draw the shoulder blades back, then down. That's already a more open posture in the chest, setting the arm bone deep into its socket. From here, we're going to lengthen the curvature of the neck by making a double chin, pulling the chin in. Think of it from the top of the throat, and then keeping the gaze on one point. Feel the anchor of your root rise up. If you draw up and the bottom ribs just start to really explode out and forward in the solar plexus energy, give a little break to that. Pull the bottom ribs in. When we pull the bottom ribs in, don't scoop under, okay? It's like the Jenga. Get all of the things stacked for success of not falling down, okay? And then we find that root to rise, bottom ribs hug in to lift up out of the hips. And then the rib cage is what's moving, not so much my head, but the gaze starts to go up by the movement of the rib cage. Then if my head feels safe enough to drop back, I can. So I'm pushing into the ground, pulling my inner thighs together and back and letting the rib cage curl up and then the head drop back. All right, we're gonna push down, chest lifts, head comes last and up very slowly. Okay, so that's just with our internal activation and muscular engagement to open into camel pose Ustrasana. Now let's try the blocks. The blocks aren't my favorite, but I also have a short waistline, short torso, and long limbs. So it kind of messes me up, but I'm going to show you with the blocks so you can see, and then we'll do it without the blocks. Root, rise, hug in, long through the sides of the body, shoulders, arms set down into the sockets, and then we'll lift up, ribs hug in to lift up, curling open. It's okay for the hips to go back, just don't scoop under. I'm gonna just drop my arms and see where the blocks are. I'm gonna bring them in a bit, and I'm gonna spin my palm open. It just felt better. Let your hands do whatever works for you here, and then push into the floor, root to rise, hug the bottom ribs in to lift up, draw the shoulder blades in and down the back, chin into the throat to lift, maybe the head drops back. Otis, sweet boy, I love you. Think of the things you love, the people that you love, the people that love you back, that open quality of engaging with others in the world. Push into the floor, hug your ribs in, and slowly heart lifts us up, head comes last. Just pause and receive. How'd that feel? Hi, Cookie. And then just, breathe, absorb. How's the lower back doing? Okay, that was intense. So now I'm going to do it without the blocks. You decide if without the blocks works for you. You just go as far as you can comfortably stay in your strength and keep that sense of ease. Puppy, you're blocking the exact view that I need. Yes, good boy, come here. Good boy, okay. So root to rise, inward spiral the thighs, draw the bottom ribs in to lift and curl up, chin pulls back, throat pulls back, arms dangle down, and then we reach for the heels. Again, if the hips go back, let them. You don't have to force them or push them to do anything, but feel like you still have your lordotic curve. And then open it up, push into the floor, pull through the core, pull the shoulder blades together, let the head slowly drop back. Ustrasana. Same way to come out, push into the ground, hug in, slowly let the heart lift you up. Head comes last. Whew. They're energizing, right? How do you feel? Just gonna grab my block here and sit. We don't wanna go into the extreme opposite yet. Just feel neutral spine, deep breaths. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. Ustrasana, camel pose. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next week.